What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. Welcome back to the channel for another daily news video, where we are gonna discuss nothing. Basically, nothing is really happening. I don't want to make set up this video for being boring. There are some things to discuss, but it's still not really kicking off as it should be. I'm not saying done deals here and done deals there. Just some real solid news you can hold. You can actually really discuss, really get into it, and form an opinion on, rather than just living off scraps, because that's what we're doing now. And yeah, Julian texted me. I think he texted me on Monday. Said this could be a big week. 2 days in the week, almost day 3. There's no feeling that it's gonna be a big week, is it? But we're gonna discuss that as always. Before we do that, like the video. It's easy. Just hit the like now, and then you're good to go. It's over 700 people watch a video every single day, and we only get 70 likes. So that makes no sense. So please like the video now. Let's get this video to 100 likes. That will be big. And yeah, let's get straight into the news. Okay, so first bit of news was kind of announced by Di Marzo yesterday evening after me and Julian just ended it live. Go watch that back if you haven't. And Di Marzo was on Sky, and he said there could be a meeting today between Allegri and Manna, or the management, to discuss the transfer, which is weird because the same sources are as well talking about an offer from Saudi Arabia, which still hasn't come to a full conclusion. So it's a very strange situation. But according to Gazzetta dello Sport, according to Giovanni Albanese, the meeting did take place today, and they didn't really discuss anything. Manna updated him what has been done in the Mercato so far in the first few days, including inquiries for potential new deals from certain players in the squad, which I will talk about also in this video. I don't know, or the media has absolutely no clue what's happening, or that meeting was not for transfers activity or whatever, because I don't think we all have a vibe of what actually has happened in the last 5 to 6 days. You cannot set up your entire market in 5 to 6 days. Maybe they have an idea of what Vlahovic could bring in. Maybe they have an idea the offers Chiesa could have. Maybe they have an idea about what Fratesi will cost, because I thought the Sport were saying they could include the Winter and Hoysa, which I don't believe. Makes no sense for Sassuolo as well. So very strange. If there has been a meeting, I don't really believe it's going to be about the market. I think it's going to be about what is actually going to happen here now, with the offer from Saudi Arabia. And actually, I still believe the relationship between both parties is not good, and they're hoping a solution will come out which they can all agree to go into different directions. But actually really talking about the Mercato, difficult, because there's not really anything to discuss, is there? I think you first need to talk about the outgoings, and then you can talk about the incomings. But even about the players coming back, there's no real news. There's only rumors about Zakaria could go, and Galatasaray are interested. Same for McKennie, and Arthur only on loan, but no real concrete offers, or concrete, not even offers, but real tracks that, yeah man, Lazio want Arthur, I'm just saying something, or Atletico Madrid really wants Zakaria, but there's no offer. There's nothing there yet. So I have no idea what they discussed today. It's very early to have a discussion when nothing really has happened, has it? But that did take place today. Let's see how that will develop in the next couple of days, especially with their offer on the table. And they're going to offer more money apparently. So let's see how that will go. But that's basically what happened today in and around the club. Now, the fun news, you might say, I don't think it's fun news. I didn't tweet it out because I have a new policy. I will discuss some more random stuff on here because people asked for it. What about this? This you didn't mention that, so I'm gonna do that on the channel rather than tweet that out. Because it's crazy. And this about Firmino, and it's not the first time we've been linked to him this summer already. It happened multiple times. So Sport Media said, not the good source actually, not one of the best, actually one of the worst. But I'm gonna read it out and I'll explain why. Say they're looking to reinforce the attack, and Firmino is one of the options, out there because he's free and if he fits quote unquote in need. Now, the club needs to be smart. Me and Julian discussed that yesterday during the live, and what I believe with smart is free transfers are smart, but they need to add value. They need to add instant impact for a couple of years. Good impact. Now I will say something that's ridiculous and it's never gonna happen. I'm not an idiot. Keep that in mind. Gundogan is a free transfer I would do. It makes no sense. It's never gonna happen because he's not gonna go from Champions League winner to this, and we're not gonna pay the wages he's on. He will demand. He's going Barcelona, whatever. But that was just an example. If you do a free transfer, he needs to be in a point in his career where it's not finished at the highest level, but he still has a couple of years. I think Firmino is on the wrong side of free agency where I'm sorry, no, for so many reasons, no. And this might sound crazy to some people because you might say, oh, who else did we have? Fair point. But then I'd rather invest in somebody unknown, young, with a lot of upside than this, because again, we cannot waste money. It's like being linked with Zaniolo and Holm and name all these players. Lucas Vasquez, we cannot afford to waste money, just no. So that's it. But that's a story out there. So I discussed that, but I don't believe it's gonna happen, by the way. And it should never happen. It should never happen. We made these mistakes in the past way too often already. You hope we learn from it, but you never know with this club, obviously. Now let's move on to the final bit of news, and that's Cuadrado, because he spoke in training camp with the national team, and he had to say that actually confirmed that Juve made a proposal, but right now I'm not thinking about it. I said we will talk about it later. We hope to find an agreement and continue playing at a high level. That last part is not going to happen because we are not playing at a high level. We're probably not going to do that for the foreseeable future, and he's not been playing at a high level. In an ideal situation, he gets offered no deal. I think he's with the club for 7-8 years. Again, I don't hate a player. Good, he helped us a lot. Good servant for the club, but when the time comes to say it's done, it's done, and that time came last season already. And some might just suggest straight after the Pirlo season, which is basically last season. That was the time to cut bait, which is very difficult to do when you had that type of season. But he's done. We need to move on. I know it's difficult to replace all these players. I get that. So I need to see how the transfer market goes. But I think we also saw Cuadrado play this season, and it's just not it. There's no positive impact. Actually, there's a lot of time it's a negative impact. Same for Cuadrado, the other side, who we are now trying to move on, even pay him to leave. Like, there's no positive impact when these guys play most of the time. Maybe Cuadrado a bit more often than Alexandro, but overall, it's just not good enough. It's very predictable. It's very slow. It's very frustrating. That's the biggest word. And it's very shaky at times. So in an ideal world, it doesn't happen, but it seems like it will happen for a 1-year deal, unless he gets a big offer and he's like, yeah, I need to take this, and we need to move on. But yeah, other than that, no real news. Rabiot apparently thinking about staying because he wants to work with Allegri. Still found that a bit iffy to believe at this moment in time, but you never know. Let's see. But that's basically it. Let's see what Di Marzio will bring out tonight, if he has anything to bring out. And buckle yourself, because now it's very, very quiet, but it will explode at one point when we start being linked with Vlahovic getting sold or even Chiesa close to leaving. I'm just saying something. You can name any player, then it will actually explode and things can move basically. But as of now, that's the news. Thanks for keeping in touch with the channel, watching the videos. Like the video if you haven't liked it yet. Just do it now. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification if you're new. I will be live tomorrow a bit earlier because at the normal live time I'm gonna record a podcast with Julian that will drop on Thursday. So stay tuned for that and see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.